Yo, what's up, YouTube Nation? I'm back. This is Alexander, and I'm gonna give you part two, or should I say, the sequel to Sex Talk 101 Be a Rock Star, Not a Robot, part two. Part one, I talked about how men can get accused and what is considered in today's society as sexual harassment. Today we're gonna talk about how does your clothes and your shoes and your hygiene can cause some problems with talking to the opposite sex. So I was gonna talk about clothes, so that's what we're gonna do in part two. Some of y'all like the video, some of you have your disagreements with the video. It's okay to agree and to disagree. It's okay to like a video. It is okay to hate a video. But don't be sending me no ignorant comments about what it is that you can't stand, because if I didn't talk about it in the first video, I'm going to cover it in the second video. And depending on how well or how terrible I get received for this video, it will determine if I make a part three in the near future. See, when it comes to sexual harassment, you just can't make one video. You got to make like at least 2 or 3 videos, because everyone's going to experience different things in their lifetime. So this is part 2, and now we're going to focus on the clothes, because I know a lot of people have been wanting to know, what is it about your clothes that causes some major problems and concerns. Now, let's talk about what happens when a guy decides he wants to dress up for the club or just out for a casual encounter. Now, a lot of times, the reason why you see a lot of guys go to the mall and every 2 to 4 months they have to buy new clothes, and this is something that my dad told me a long time ago, and it took me a while to understand it. He told me, as a man, you only go to the store to buy clothes when you have to. There's a difference between I need a pair of pants and I want a pair of pants. When I was in junior high, high school, and college, I didn't really quite understand what he was talking about until I got older and I saw with my own 2 eyes what he meant when he said, there's a big major difference between I need a pair of pants and I want a pair of pants. I want a t-shirt, I need a t-shirt. I want some new clothes, I need some new clothes. Now, a lot of times when you go to places like the Gap, H&M, Old Navy, Target, JCPenney's, Macy, when you see guys go to these stores and they shop, they're not only just in there to buy some clothes, they're trying to buy the best quality clothes that money can buy. Because if you're going to talk to the opposite sex, you got to look like you're a part of today's times. And women do put you in this category that if you got good looking clothes, you must have money. Now, if you wear some bummed out clothes, now let's talk about the myths to that. Now, most pickup artists and most dating coaches will try to shame you for trying to do self-improvement, because they don't want you to do self-improvement. They want you to just waste your money on buying their books and their DVDs and go 5 or 10 or even 15 years not getting laid. But you look at these jackass pickup artists and dating coaches, and you see that they're always buying new clothes, a dress shirt, a dress pants, dress shoes that cost almost $500, almost $1,000. So you can't take what come out of their mouth 100% serious. They just don't want no competition. And I'm going to explain that at the end of the video, what I mean by they don't want no competition from you. Now, it is not a crime to self-improve yourself with new clothes. There's nothing wrong with that. I think there's something wrong if you buy new clothes and you buy it for the wrong reasons and you're not being 100% brutally honest. That's what I personally think. So let's say, for an example, you're buying a pair of pants because you want to impress this good chick. You want to impress her. And let's say that your friends tell you she already have a boyfriend and she's already in a relationship, but you still want to try to get the girl anyway. Well, then I think there's something wrong with you if you do it from that standpoint. Now, if it's a situation where your shirt's too big or too small, the pants is too tight, it's too small, and you have to go in the store, then by means go in the store and buy some clothes. Now, a lot of big name YouTubers will try to discourage you from trying to buy some new clothes to self-improve yourself with beautiful, attractive women. I'm not gonna say no names on YouTube. They know who they are. You know, they tell you don't do it, but then you see them do it, and they try to justify themselves why it's okay they can do it, and why it's not okay for you to do, and that's bullshit. That's why you cannot listen to nobody on the internet 100%. I don't care if it's O'Shea Duke Jackson. I don't care if it's Solo TV 84. I don't care if it's Jada Black. A lot of YouTubers will tell you their own different version of what they think is right and what they think is wrong. But a lot of times you have to take what they say with a grain of salt, including myself. I don't give myself 100%. I give myself about 85, maybe 90%. Don't even give me 100% to make it fair and impartial. There's nothing wrong if you want to buy some new clothes and some new shoes to try to attract the opposite sex. In fact, you're supposed to do that to better your chances of getting the opposite sex. Because what do you think when women do when they go into the store? Do you think women wear the same clothes every day that they go to work? Hell no. That's blasphemy. That's just madness. You would never see a female ever do that. If she is the most beautiful, most sexy, drop dead gorgeous woman on the planet Earth, she is going to go to the store every 2 to 4 months, and she gonna buy maybe 5 dresses, maybe 5 skirts and tank tops and booty shorts, because she don't want nobody to open her mouth and say she's poor, she's broke, she ain't got no money. No beautiful, attractive woman in their right mind, whether it's a black woman, a white woman, a Mexican woman, or an Asian woman, is gonna sit there and get clowned and made fun of by other females. They refuse to go 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year wearing the same bullshit. Women just cannot allow it. Now, call that arrogance, call that having too much pride, but a woman's not gonna sit there and get clowned and get made fun of. And as a man, you should kind of have the same mentality. You should not wear the same Superman shirt 3 days in a row. Because as soon as you do, people look at you funny. People go, bro, is that the only shirt you can wear? Is that the only shirt you got? And you see, you gotta rotate your clothes like it's the season. And what I mean by the season, this is how you should coordinate your clothes. When you go out to church on Sundays, you gotta have what they call your church clothes. When you go out to the club, you wear my club clothes. If you're going to the gym to work out, you need to have what they call your gym clothes. If you go in the park to play basketball, you got to have your basketball clothes. Same thing if you're going to work, you got to have your work clothes. So you have to alternate. You have to rotate. You don't wear your gym clothes when you play basketball. I mean, you could, but it looks out of place when you do. You don't take your church clothes to go to work. I mean, you could, but then again, why would you? You see where I'm coming from, right? Now, the reason why I bring this up is because it becomes a big issue for men. A lot of men be thinking, well, I like to save $200, $300, $400, $500 cash, and women like to call me cheap. They like to call me lazy. They say I don't like to spend no money. I know what that feels like, to go 7 months without a haircut, and women be going like, oh, girl, he broke. He ain't got no money. And a lot of times I have money, but I get told by my dad, you need to save more money and spend less. And when I start saving more money and spend less, That's when I can hear black women start looking at me like, you need to get a haircut. You need to go buy some new clothes. You need to get some new shoes. And a lot of times I want to be telling these women to their face, are you going to give me some money to get a haircut? And of course the answer is going to be, nigga, hell no. Because I don't know you like that. That's the answer you're going to get if you ask a black woman that. And you black men on YouTube know what I'm talking about when I say that. Guess what? Realistically, when you go to the club, dress shirt, dress pants, and some dress shoes, right? Well, why do you think when you go to your job, they tell you that you need to dress appropriately? Because the job requires you dress appropriately. When you go to a nightclub, you have to dress what? Appropriately. You would never wear your church clothes while going to 24-hour fitness because they would kick you out of the gym and tell you you're not wearing gym attire. Well, it's the same thing if you're trying to tolerate beautiful, attractive women. Like these basketball and football jerseys. A lot of guys wear basketball and football jerseys because they love basketball and football. But then when they try to talk to a girl will go and make a comment like, what you wearing, I'm not feeling it. And you might say, what the hell does what I'm wearing got to do with me talking to you? And a lot of times women will reject you just because you're wearing a t-shirt that they don't like or they don't approve of. A lot of guys get mad when girls say, well, I don't like Star Wars. I don't like Star Trek. I don't like Dragon Ball Z. And it's okay if these women don't like it. But you have a right to tell these women, well, I don't like Love and Hip Hop New York. I don't like Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I don't like none of that stuff on television. So you can say the same thing. There's always a case where you get a beautiful, attractive woman and all of a sudden she finds out you like Dragon Ball Z, and all of a sudden you call her 2 days later, she put a block on the cell phone because she found out you like Dragon Ball Z, or she found out you like Star Wars, or you like Star Trek. What clothes does, and jackass pickup artists and dating coaches are never going to tell you this because they might charge you money for this, but buying new clothes gives you a superpower. It gives you the advantage to find out who's your real friends and who's fake. Who's down with you and who's not down with you. It'll also reveal, does the woman like you for you? Or the woman just like you because, materialistic items. It will reveal that. It's like having a superpower. Guess what? You'll find out if the woman really like you for you. Like if a girl sees you wear a Dragon Ball Z shirt and she go, I like Dragon Ball Z, you ain't got nothing to worry about. If a girl see that you like Star Wars, you got nothing to worry about. If a girl loves Star Trek or Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But most of the time, 99.99% of the time, if you're dating some hot chick that's a supermodel, a fitness model, or an actress, most of the time they're not gonna like Dragon Ball Z, they're not gonna like Star Wars, they're not gonna like Star Trek, and sometimes you're gonna have to deal with that reality. These women, a lot of times, are stuck on looks, and men are the same exact way. Men will say, well, because this girl ain't got no booty, I don't want to talk to her. Or she ain't got no big titties, I don't want to talk to her. So it's a two-way street. It goes both ways. Now, I would recommend that you guys go to clothing stores like Target, Old Navy, The Gap, H&M, Macy's, JCPenney's. Go to stores like that and do your shopping. Experiment with certain clothes. Where I go to is Hot Topic, where I go buy me a couple of t-shirts that I like, and sometimes it gets women's attention, and sometimes it don't get women's attention. But it does reveal something about the person. If a woman says that's a nice shirt, that's a nice hat, chances is she finds you physically, sexually attractive. Now, someone might say, Alexander, but what does clothes have to do with sexual harassment? Yes, and that's a good question that you guys asked that. Quite simple. You ever wonder that when you walk outside your house 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days, you ever ask yourself, why every time I step foot outside the house and I see a police car driving up the street or down the street, why do they always flash the flashlight in my face to see where I'm wearing? Because the news media has it to where if you dress like a bum from off the street, you must harass people. And when the police take the flashlight in your face to see what you look like, they're identifying with what you wear. Anytime you wear those basketball jerseys and those football jerseys, you make yourself out to become what they call a target. That means the police is watching you everywhere you go. You go inside of a store, security follows you and they identify with what you wear. The shirt, the pants, the shoes, the hat that you're wearing. If you on your cell phone talking, they identify with all of that. And that's how they make a description of you. And then when you are walking down the street, the police already seen what you look like not once but 10 times. So every time you keep putting on them Kobe Bryants, them LeBrons, the Kevin Durant tennis shoes, they know, oh, he plays basketball. He plays football. We know who he is. And guess what? 9 times out of 10, they're going to pull the car over and get out and walk up to you and tell you put your hands up and check your backpack, because they believe that if you like basketball and football, it associates with hip hop and drugs. Now, to a certain extent, that's true. If you play basketball or football, it does associate with rap music and drugs. But then you might say, I don't gang bang. But why I'm still getting pulled over? Because the clothes that you're wearing attracts too much unwanted negative attention. The more negative attention you receive from the police, the harder it is for you to dissociate yourself from the people that do commit crimes in the street. That's why when you go to your job, they always ask you, do you got tattoos? And a lot of times you want to tell the employer, what does having tattoos got to do with the job description? You know why? Because of the news and the media. That's why. And a lot of times when a man dressed like a bum, a woman will identify him as a sexual predator and will identify him as someone to sexual harass me. You know, you smell, you stank, which I'm going to make a future YouTube video called Good Hygiene, Bad Hygiene, because, you know, I've been getting some complaints on YouTube that someone needs to make a video about hygiene and how could your hygiene be the cause of you ain't getting no hoes. So that video got to get made. But in this video, we talking about clothes, people. We talking about clothes. Now, when I wear rock shirts, do you realize I'm able to change the outcome of my situation? I go from being harassed by LAPD, Highway Patrol, to not getting harassed as much. I go from black women who give me weird looking stares to white women, Asian women, and Latino women smiling. All because I'm wearing a rock shirt. I take a t-shirt of corn, white girls be like, oh my God, you like corn? I like corn. I wear a t-shirt of Disturbed, guys that go, rock on, man, rock on, baby. That's how some of these nerdy guys sound when they see you wear their favorite rock band t-shirt. And what I do is I experiment with my clothes. When I go out to the field, I don't get harassed by the police no more. See, when I was from the age of 18 to 25, police would always fuck with me. Walk up the street, down the street, come from the mall, going to the mall, coming from McDonald's, leave my dad's house, coming to my dad's house, before I can even get on to the block. Woo! Put your hands up. I ain't do nothing. Put your hands up. Don't back talk. Light all in my face. Oh my God, damn, get this shit out of my face, man. And they would fuck with me. You got any guns? No, man, I don't know how to shoot. Well, you ain't supposed to say no shit like that to the cop. But you ain't got no drugs on you, do you? No, man, I can't even smoke no drugs. I got asthma. Well, let me search you anyway. You can get searched 15, 20 damn times and they can't find shit. Wasting 25, 30 minutes of your precious time because they thought you fit the description of someone that you're not. So what I start doing is I start wearing Dragon Ball Z t-shirt. They see the Dragon Ball Z t-shirt, they be like, what is these weird looking characters on the shirt? Now they be like, well, shit. They don't have an answer for that. They see me wearing a t-shirt of Corn, they be like, is that a rock band? What a black man like rock? What the hell? So I start messing with they psychology. I start messing with this. And the more I start messing with this, the less I get harassed by LAPD and Highway Patrol. And it's a superpower. Now I know some of you black guys gonna go, man, I ain't trying to wear no rock and roll shirt, man. I like rap. I like hip hop. I like J. Cole. I like my man Drake, Lil Wayne, Rick Ross the Boss. I ain't no punk. That's how some of y'all talk. Clipso, nigga Oregon. Clipso, nigga Oregon. O'Shea Duke Jackson, Ringo TV Raw, Solo TV 84, Alpha Male Strategy, Don Sharpener. That's how some of y'all talk. And guess what? What would you rather have? Police fucking with you 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year? Or you wear a Dragon Ball Z t-shirt and the police be like, oh shit, let me pass on through. You wear a Pokemon hat. Oh shit, my son likes Pikachu. Let's drive off. I'm just trying to explain how clothes actually does help you. Now you might say, how does the clothes help me get the bitches and the hoes? Well, for y'all that's on that part, well, easy. If you go to a golf club, you ain't gotta dress golf. But you wear a rock and roll shirt, you will get a white girl looking at you like she wanna just rip your shirt off, grab your Love Jones, and go in the bathroom and get it on right there and then. Just because you wore a rock shirt. Sometimes you might get young women from the age of 18 to 27. Sometimes you might get somebody's mama or grandmama that's into rock. But you're not getting those black women that's from the hood rolling their eyes at you and staring you up and down. That's why I said that clothes play a role. And you see on the news, they always show what kind of clothes black men be wearing. Basketball jerseys, football jerseys, baseball jerseys. And when you wear those jerseys and you wear those tennis shoes, you make yourself out a target to the police. So even though you tell the police I'm not a gangbanger, it's guilty by association. You stop wearing that shit and you start changing up your clothes, you don't get harassed as much. Now I know someone in the comments gonna say, man, that's being a sellout. Well, sellout or not, what would you rather have? Being harassed by the police, highway patrol 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year? Or you get harassed less by the cops? Which is better? I'm just trying to help y'all out. And you see, if you wear bummed out clothes, ain't no woman gonna pay attention to you. Black, white, Mexican, Asian, ain't no woman gonna talk to you if you ain't had your hair cut in 7 months, you ain't shaved your beard. Well, you ain't gotta shave it off, but if you ain't trimmed your beard and you look like you ain't took no shower, then ain't no woman gonna talk to you. So I'm just trying to, clear the tension in the air. So clothes, if you dress like a bum, expect the woman to have the police be called on you 10 times. And that don't mean you ain't committing no crime. It's just, you wearing some bummed out clothes, and that's not a turn on, that's a turn off. You seen those bums on the bus and on the train that walk up to a girl and be talking to the girl and the girl just bone off and run? Yeah, that's also another form of sexual harassment. To me and you, it makes no damn sense, but to women, it makes a whole lot of sense. You stanking and you funking, yeah, a woman gonna run away. And I've seen guys that are bums, they ain't had no haircut in 7 months, stanking, sitting down trying to ask for a phone number, and then the girl run away. And then 5 minutes later, he get off the bus or he get off the train, and all of a sudden, there's 5 police cars and shit. Because he talked to a girl, and the girl said he was a creep, and he creeped me out. Now, I will say this. Now, there are times where you ain't got no money, and you can't buy no new clothes, and it takes you 7 months, 8 months, 10 months to buy some clothes, that they might think you a bum because you ain't buying no new clothes. But that's also how you find out how some women are just not for you. And sometimes it's good to do a disguise. You know, scientists have even confirmed that if you dress like a bum, women won't talk to you. They won't find you physically, sexually attractive. But you start buying clothes from H&M, The Gap, Old Navy, Target, Macy's, and JCPenney's, about 99.99% of women will find you physically, sexually attractive. So this is part 2. Who knows? I might come back with a part 3. Until then, peace.